Okay, check us in.
We're excited because we got a little bit of a snippet of how things went this month. There were some very real struggles, which is completely real and completely relatable because all of us have the real struggles. I am confident you are not the only person that's been sick in the last month. You're not the only busy mom of a couple of crazy boys that occupy time, and maybe your workouts or your nutrition wasn't exactly on point. Because thank you for sharing your journey too, because honestly, like seeing you crush it.
Oh, okay. I
Is-
went struggle.
I
Sure.
But the struggles are real. We all have the struggles, and
They
maybe your
are.
form isn't exactly on par, or maybe, you know, we've had some questions and some guidance that needed to happen along the way when you were pulling the lawnmower. You know,
Listen, I
maybe-
Googled the workout.
Go,
The
go.
guy on the Google says this is what you're supposed to do.
Okay. So
I'm
maybe
lifting.
Start.
you're lifting, and that's outstanding.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that I was gonna say to you. Like you're doing it, you're getting through it, and I would say like doing some work is better than nothing.
Right.
And we can always work to dial in that form. We can always work to perfect things and get things better, and we'll coach you through all that. But what you did up until this point was exceptional, and super, super proud of you. So the reality is you losing the inches and you seeing continued progress, even though the scale is kind of defeating at times, the bigger picture is still an overall win. So
Right.
that's awesome. So, Justin,
Yeah.
how was your month?
It was really good. Up until Saturday, everything was great. We won on Saturday night, and
Which is
the
great.
coaches met
Which
at
is awesome.
Tanner's, and I jumped off the wagon for a night, and I had like
Did you
8
count-
highlights. Yep, they were on
Oh,
there.
good. See,
Yep.
that,
Yep, but
that's how you learn.
what it did was ruin Saturday for me, or Sunday for me, and a little small part of Monday.
Yeah.
So that sucks because
So you tracked your drinks.
I did. Yeah.
Can you
I
pull
think
up-
I'm pretty sure I had 8. Pretty sure it was
Can
8.
you pull up that day? Because I'd really like to see what it looked like.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh,
You only logged 6 of them.
Oh, it's 8 then. Sorry. It might have only been 6. I don't know.
Can you look at it?
Yeah.
logging them
It
as
should
you
be.
go.
You get-
No, I'm guessing from the day before.
So this is the day.
Yeah, that's the day.
So then, what are you trying to log? Where would you log them under snacks?
I probably put it in snacks. Yeah.
Okay,
Snack
so then you
beers.
just the drop down arrow,
It'll-
and yeah, so you had 6 of them. Let's just change. that
Let's
to 8.
change it to 8. Yeah. Whatever. I had what I had.
Save.
I
I'm
don't know.
Right.
You don't have to.
I wasn't trying to
I'm
hit
not
macros.
judging. Just
So here's the deal: when you're drinking beer, what this is showing up is 56 grams of carbs, 6 fat. Fat isn't a
No.
ton.
Protein.
Oh, 0 fat.
Beer
I'm sorry.
does not
6
have
protein,
protein.
56, 56
did
carbs.
Did it have chunks in it?
Mm.
Oh,
Nope. No chunks. That's why I wasn't sure. It's probably 6
Or
or 8.
maybe it's the
They weren't that
barley,
big chunks.
or
Yeah, I don't know.
right. So 56
Oh,
carbs
yeah,
is like the bigger number, right?
Yeah.
So that's 888 calories for those 8 Miller High Lifes.
Mhm.
So
Champagne and beers.
here's the deal. It
Again.
only, though, out of your day, puts you over by 458 calories, right? And so
Right.
if we're maintaining a 500 calorie a day deficit over a course of a month, that one 500 calorie surplus really isn't doing anything.
The shitty part is the next day.
Yeah.
That puts you in a calorie deficit of like 1,700 calories. So you more than made up of your 500 calorie.
Well, right, but still, like, then
Not
on top
ideal.
of that,
Not ideal,
I
but when
know.
you're talking about weight loss, it comes down to energy in versus energy out.
right,
And so this 2 days isn't going to change a thing.
right.
right, and
Well,
think
I fluctuated, but most of it was probably dehydration. And
Yep,
all that
absolutely
kind of
water
stuff.
weight.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I like seeing that you logged like all 30 days. That's awesome.
You logged all 30 days, and even when drinking, it's so important to just keep tabs on things. Even
Yeah.
though you logged 6 and it was really 8, I mean that's a
I don't
hell of a
know. It
lot
might have
better
been
than.
10, Chad. I have no idea.
Either way, it's a hell of a lot better than what.
math took a hit there that day too.
It wasn't the math; it was the blurry memory
Oh.
part.
Well, then
I
you.
didn't have any alcohol in a month. It came quick.
Well, see, that's why you gotta have one, at least one every Friday.
No.
That's
Anyways.
awesome.
Then you
I'm
know
super
where
proud of
you're
you. Like that is a huge, huge, huge win.
Yeah.
Super, super proud of you. I mean that's as good as it gets.
Deal.
So from a macro standpoint, you eating basically the same food day in and day out, it helps you stay on point with macros. And from a weight loss standpoint, that can be an advantage. The disadvantage is your nutrient profile is really restricted when you're eating the same foods all the time. So there's a couple ways that we can deal with it. Number one, we need to think about diversity of the foods that we're consuming. So all of the green and colors and all of those things are great because they're not going to add up to a ton of calories. They're primarily carbohydrate, but they're great sources of carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. So all of the veggies, multiple colors, all of that. From a protein standpoint, one of the things that I see you doing frequently is drinking your meal replacement shake in the morning. It seems like kind of a...
I just like it. It's good when it's in it.
And it is a fix, but we do encourage people to eat their food and not rely so much on protein shakes or meal replacement shakes. Is it a good alternative when you're running late or don't really have time to make something, or if you're on the go and have something? Yep, great, go to. But I would really encourage you trying to eat things like egg whites or like that ground chicken, like a chicken patty, something along those lines to get that protein up. If I can, I try to focus on, and what my go-to has been lately has been 4 egg whites. I do that ground chicken thing that I posted a video of. I do half of it, so it's 2 ounces of ground chicken. I've been adding zucchini in it for a vegetable source. I put tomatoes. I sliced up that fat-free string cheese. I put a little basil on top. It tastes absolutely amazing, high in protein, it's good, nutritious food, and it really takes, 5 minutes tops.
Okay.
I mean, it's super quick. Is it as convenient as a shake? Nope, it's not, but it does provide a little bit better nutritional value, and some of the things that we can kind of start diving into now that you guys have been doing this for a little bit is understanding the thermogenic effect of food. That sounds like really sciencey and like, what the hell is he talking about? And I just had my little thing here. So, we know that macros provide calories, and that's the way that our energy comes in. And energy goes out 4 ways. I might have touched on this last time, but I'll touch on it again. It goes out through your resting metabolic rate. That is the largest percentage, meaning the calories that you're burning while you're just at rest. The next way is the thermogenic effect of food, meaning that your body burns calories while it's metabolizing food. The next way is non-exercise activity, NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and then also exercise, like dedicated focus exercise.
Tagline.
Yeah. So TEFF, or total energy expenditure, TEE, total energy expenditure, TDEE, total daily energy expenditure is like a little acronym for that. Not nearly as cool as NEAT.
No, I like that it's a word.
Yeah, but that is the 4 ways that energy leaves your body. So a relative way that we burn calories is through metabolizing food. And not all food metabolizes at the same rate or gives you the same benefit. So I've got a little cheat sheet as far as how your food actually is, how much it actually provides. So protein, when you consume protein, roughly 30% of the calories provided by protein is used during the process of metabolizing it. What that means is if I gave you 100 calories of protein, 30% or 30 calories would be utilized while metabolizing it, so the net value of that protein would be only 70 calories.
Okay.
So when you're setting up a calorie deficit, that can already start to set you up for a win. Versus carbohydrate, the thermogenic effect is only 10%, meaning if I gave you 100 calories, the net value is 90. And fat has the least, with only 3% being consumed during metabolizing it, meaning if I gave you 100 calories, 97 would be your net calories.
Sure.
Okay, so by having a higher protein intake, you're already setting up that additional calorie burn, which can be a huge win. But is all protein considered the same? Whey protein metabolizes much more efficiently than your body needing to break down a chicken breast. So the thermogenic effect isn't necessarily as high as eating that real food.
Yeah.
Here again, I think that you did great. You hit your numbers, you logged, and I expect to see a great result on a scale. But we're just talking at a little bit higher level, so you understand that there is a nutritional value by eating real food, and there's also a real benefit from the thermogenic effect that you do get a bigger, better result from eating the real food. Is what you're doing wrong? No, it's a way, but it's like a good, better, best scenario, and if you want to take it up just a notch, eating that real food could be a win for you.
Okay.
I want to bring up veggies. So in your video this week, you talked about that you had cauliflower. So
I
that was
did.
Good. But like how many servings of veggies do you think you're having like on a typical day? Like when I look at your login, I don't see very many.
No.
Yeah.
So try. I'm gonna give you a goal for this next month to at least do like at least 2 servings of vegetables, like
Okay.
with your lunch and with your dinner.
Do pickles count? Pickles count, right? I had pickles with lunch.
How many pickles are you eating?
2 big old pickles. They're about that big.
Sure.
They make the sandwiches taste better.
I just like your excitement about that. Can I have the pickles?
I just want yeah, I just want some.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Are
I
your
enjoy
pickles
them.
0 calories?
I
Have you
don't-
ever looked?
I loved it.
A lot of pickles are like 0 calories. Your pickles have some carbs. 4
Okay.
carbs. Well,
Pretty much.
What pickles
No.
are you eating?
for 4.
They're
4
classic dill.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just
I
asking.
mean, what pickles would you ever eat otherwise? That's the only kind of pickle. Kosher dill, classic pickles.
I feel like I'm maybe not as
There's a lot of people
snobby
that love the
about.
butter
Classic.
pickles.
Maybe I'm not as snobby about my pickles.
Just gonna hoping to
then.
get a pickle sponsorship.
That would be great for you. I would. Good for you.
There's
I
a
would
pickle in my
encourage a wider variety of vegetables
Sure.
other than just pickles.
Pickles.
Well, I did really like the
You need to
mashed
get the
cauliflower.
chopper.
That's
That was
good,
pretty
isn't
good.
it?
Yeah.
As far as the exercise workout questions, when you're reading through something and you don't know exactly what it is, and you think like this is like starting a lawnmower, until I see
But in
the
a weird
video
way.
and I need to reach out and I need to say, hey, we need to make some adjustments there. Reach out if you're not sure. That's what we're here for. All right. Well, I think it's time that we see where you guys are at. All right. So for Steph, we're gonna do Steph first. Her weight loss totaled 3 pounds, and that's pretty much what we would expect. We shoot for 4 pounds. Ideally, she had 3 pounds, but she was sick in there. And so there is a little bit of understanding that maybe the weight loss wasn't quite as high as she would have otherwise expected because of the sickness. So 3 pounds is still a great win. For her, she lost 0.8 of a pound of muscle. So we're gonna refocus on that a little bit, focus on some more resistance training for next week or next month to make sure that we are maintaining as much muscle as she can, and then continue with the weight loss. What she did have is 1.9 pounds of fat loss, which is certainly relative. That's what she's going for. And if she's in a calorie deficit, we're trying to lose the fat, that 2 pounds of fat loss is great. So the total came to 0.3% of overall body fat percentage change. It changed in the right direction, and that's a win for her. Justin, here's a big reveal. I don't know that Justin really is going to be all that great. I mean, it's Justin after all. But here we go. So Justin went from 218 pounds down to 212 pounds. So great loss for Justin there. How much does that make? 6 pounds of loss. We shoot for 4, so he did better than average there. That was outstanding. Muscle went from 76.3 pounds to 78 pounds of muscle. So he went up muscle mass. Absolutely exceptional when you're trying to lose weight and you go up muscle. That is a huge win for him, and that is attributed to his time spent in the gym. 80% of muscle gain comes from that time spent in the gym, that exercising, resistance training, and he's crushing it.
With proper nutrition.
With proper nutrition, you got to eat the right way to fuel that time that you're spending in the gym. Next, we talk about the fat. Fat change went from 83.6 pounds of fat down to 75.4. Absolutely exceptional. So he's maintaining that calorie deficit. He's eating high protein. He's reducing some of the carbs and fat. He's eating enough to maximize his time spent in the gym, but he was able to dip into that stored energy or the fat, and he had the fat reduction, which ended up in a total fat loss or body fat percentage change. He went from 38.3% down to 35.4%. So literally 3% change of body fat loss. Exceptional check-in for Justin. Don't know how he did it, other than realistically, he stayed consistent. He even logged some of the alcohol that he was consuming. He crushed it in the gym, and high protein, just nailed it. Stayed disciplined over this month. Huge win for Justin. Everybody should be proud of him and give him a great shout out. Both of them did exceptional this month, and we're looking for big things to come for both of these two. Super excited.
On 1, 2.
Keep going, guys.